Well, I'm a believer that it's not what happens on the outside that determines your destiny. It's what you decide to do with it, how you perceive it, what your decisions you make, and what actions you take. So you can start with a situation that may be challenging, but if you stop and look at what's really what you want to dedicate your life to and persevere towards that, at first you may have to take on that job. You may have to work 2 jobs. You may have to educate yourself and take on 2 jobs. But you have to have something that's a dream, that's an inspiring thing that you're going to be able to work towards. The first thing to do is to start by making a list on a daily basis, even on a piece of paper or in the sand even, of what you are grateful for. I was told when I was 4 years old that if I count my blessings and I document what I'm grateful for on a daily basis before I go to bed, I will end up with more things to be grateful for. And I'm a believer of that. I'm absolutely proven that. I've got the largest collection of gratitude of anybody ever met. So you stop and think about what you are grateful for. Are you alive? Are you healthy? Do you have beautiful children? Do you have some place to call home? Start with what you're grateful for. Number 2, start defining what you know you want to dedicate your energies to. Because if you never concentrate your energies on one thing to become a master of something, you'll always be scattered and be kind of mediocre. You have to find out what you want to dedicate your energies to. Do you want to master a skill? Do you want to master a talent? Do you want to master a trade? Do you want to master an education? Define what it is you're going to do. Because if you never define it, nobody else is going to do it. Nobody's dedicating their life to you, your fulfillment. It's up to you. Then you want to ask is, whatever's happening in my day, how is it stepping me forward? What am I gaining from it? What am I learning from it? And document what you gained today. What did you learn today that makes you more empowered for tomorrow? And how's it helping you get what you want? Because if you never take the time to look, you're always going to run the story about how this is all in the way instead of on the way. But stopping and reflecting and writing down how what's happened today has helped you in some way, so you have an attitude of gratitude, helps you move forward. Because people want to be around people that are grateful for what they're doing, are inspired by something, love what they're doing, and enthusiastically working towards something. Then, no matter how much money you make, even if you're barely making it, when you start to manage money more wisely, you start to attract more money to manage. So you take a portion, I don't care if it's only 1% or 0.5% or 2% or 5%, whatever you're earning, take a portion of it and start saving it. Because piggy banks lead to piggy banks. And if you start to value yourself, the world begins to value you. If you start to care enough about yourself, the world cares about you. And also, then you want to stop and look at what can you do that's a service to the world. Wealth is built out of serving people. If you don't stop and reflect and care enough about humanity to find out what it is that you could do for somebody else, you're not going to have an income. So stop and reflect on what are your skills, what are your talents, what do you know, who do you know, what things could you do that could be of value to another human being. And the more things you can accumulate in your awareness that you could be of value to other people, and the more you bring it out to people, the more options you have to earn the income, and the less limits you have about your career, and the more freedom you have to decide what you want to do in life. So stop and reflect on what you can do. Some people think, well, I don't have a job, and they want to run the story about how they can't get a job and there's unemployment and things like that. But I find that a worthy person always finds a job. Somebody that really cares enough about making a difference in somebody else's life will go out and say, whatever I can do to be of service to you, I'm here to do. And the person that really cares about doing that will make the opportunity to make a job. And in the process of doing it, they realize that the more skilled they are, the more educated they are, the more they have care, the more they're willing to learn, the more the probabilities to have a greater job in life. Now, the government, I think it's great that the government can attempt to open up job opportunities. It's wise. I don't think it's the only thing that they're here to do, but it's a wise thing to do. But at the same time, it all goes down in a grassroots level. We have to also make our effort. We can't just sit around waiting for somebody to take care of us, because that's not going to create productivity. It's caring enough about human beings to make a difference in the world. That's what matters. And I believe that when I was a young kid living on the streets, if I really needed money, I wanted to go out and do something, and I'd find something to do. I would clip hedges, I would pull weeds, I would do something that would earn even the smallest amount of money. I carried loads of materials in boxes, I drove tractors, I did every possible job that I could do to earn and survive when I was a teen. And I really believe that I never found a problem finding opportunities if I went out of my way and made the difference and went out and looked to serve people. So it's just a matter of caring enough about another human being to find out their need and find out what you can do to serve. And even if you can't do it, there's always somebody you may know that can solve somebody's problem. And if you can help them find that person, you deserve something in return too.
Okay, just